Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, they've talked about the importance of starting fast, playing with energy right off the tip. Let's face it, no team likes to play catch-up if they can avoid it. We'll see how it works for them tonight. Great center matchup tonight. Shaq, I know you've been waiting all day to watch this one. One of the best low-post players of all time in yourself. Give us your thoughts on why the stretch five has become so popular.
Well, in a lot of offenses these days, floor spacing is king. And what you see now, you see a lot of bigs are practicing shooting the three more than ever.
Yeah, even the younger centers. You think of Towns and Cousins and Embiid, as powerful as they are, they love to stay on that perimeter and shoot that three ball. So it's hard to stay on the floor right now if you can't shoot it.
Yes, you came into the league at the right time.
Ooh. I would have made them revert back to
So you'd have a hard time getting off the bench these days, Shaq, because you didn't shoot the three ball.
Shaq on the bench don't even sound right together. That's like peanut butter and tar.
That can be pretty tasty.
No, that doesn't sound right together.
No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding, big fella. Wasn't it funny? Did you find that amusing?
You hurt my feelings, Ernie.
Did you hurt? Come on.
Don't talk
Give
to me
me
for
a
2
big
seconds. La 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 la.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Well, squaring off Doris in the middle, a couple of very talented big men. Talk about how the center position continues to evolve in this league.
Right, gone are the days where the five-man is just a defensive player and a rebounder, somebody who is nothing more than a rim protector. Increasingly in today's NBA, Kevin, that position is a skill position, and by that I mean the center can handle the basketball. You can run your offense through the center position, very much the way the Celtics do with Al Horford. And if you can shoot the long-range shot, you can shoot that three-point shot, that much better for your team.
And it's interesting, Doris, the way the big men now, they go out on the perimeter and they're guarding guards. They're defending guards way outside and out of the lane.
Great point, Kev. It works on both ends of the floor.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. Now here's Gordon. They grabbed their own miss. Vucevic with the bucket.
The initial miss was the best thing that could have happened to them. He was in absolutely perfect position for the putback.
Lowry with the ball. Outside Gasol. It's tipped. Now here's Isaac. He's covered by Leonard. Isaac passes to Fournier. Great D that time from Green.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job. Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
The Magic have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And Augustine kicks to Isaac. Intercepted. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Siakam. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
You're right. I mean, he's found his rhythm early. The defense has got to do a better job guarding him from this point on.
Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
One shot.
thing you have to consider if you're the Orlando Magic is finding some level of consistency. And I mean that both in terms of the roster and the coaching staff. To me, when there's a lot of turnover in both of these departments, it can take its toll on an organization, and we've seen that with Orlando.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And the basket by Gordon.
Listen, we know Aaron Gordon is a high-activity player, and if you give him daylight, he's ready to shoot it.
As you said, Doris, a lot of coaching and personnel changes for the Magic recently.
Well, think about it, Kevin. 4 different head coaches since 2015, and that doesn't even include the interim coaches. You know, to me, you've got to have a direction and approach that is consistent year after year. If you're going to have any measure of stability, it has to come from the top down.
Now, here's Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Siakam. And again, no good by Toronto.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle. Well, we know this about Aaron Gordon, guys. The athleticism has always been there at an NBA level. Now he's paired that with the improved shooting from a year ago, and that turned into his best year as a pro, and I believe he's a budding star.
That one is off. And with Gordon, he even made a bid for an all-star spot.
Well, agreed. I thought he had a solid case to be an all-star, Kev, and he knows that he is the focus of opposing defenses now, and he had to adjust his game to where he can produce while being double-teamed and sometimes trapped on the catch.
Well, after the Raptors fell short of their goals last season, you knew they were going to be changing some things up.
Well, obviously the first big move was moving on from Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And you think about Dwayne had brought the best years this franchise had seen, and they still felt it was time for a shift. Now, it's not necessarily his blame. Sometimes you just need to hear a new voice when you've ended in the playoffs the way they have over the last several years.
Inside. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Green kicks to Gasol. And again, Toronto no up.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
Isaac misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Back to Siakam. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his first foul. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
What we know about Jonathan Isaac is he's got incredible length coming out of Florida State. And the team knew, guys, that it would take some time to develop because he's so young. But with that frame and the potential his offensive game has, he can be scary in the future.
Leonard inside. He's covered by Isaac. And Doris with Isaac, unfortunately, he missed a lot of his rookie year to injury.
Well, it was a disappointment for the young man, to be sure, Kevin. But he talked to Aaron Gordon about dealing with the injury and that lost time. Let's remember, Gordon went through the same situation as a rookie.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. He dishes it to Lowry. There's the pass to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. Here's Leonard. Great touch on the 16-footer. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now here is Augustine. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Fournier. Pass to Isaac. Here's Gordon. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
This all no good.
This has been absolutely brutal. Missed every shot this quarter. He needs to keep his head up and keep working.
Toronto leading by 4. Down low. And he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 6 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Augustine with it. Lowry picks him up. Vucevic to the pass to Isaac. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Siakam's got his 4th rebound in this one. Green, no luck. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Steve Clifford. David.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Now, Lowry, following the three-point attempt by Aaron Gordon. The shot's good from Gasol.
Well, for all the talk about the accurate shooters in the league, give it up to Kyle Lowry for his precise passing ability.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Kyle Lowry, one of the better rebounders you'll see at that point guard position.
Well, at 6'1", he does an incredible job rebounding the position, particularly given his size. And you love that he's committed to it long term.
Ross is checked in for the Magic. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Outside for Gasol. Here's Siakam, defended by Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Now here's Vucevic. Left side Fournier. Augustine looking around, looking to end the run, and it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Augustine.
Well, great to see Vucevic work that in-between game, showing he wants to improve that game.
Lowry against Augustine. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's the three. Marcus Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Magic making a switch here. Carter Williams is checked in. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. Norman Powell comes in for Danny Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Outside Fournier. Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Here's VanVleet. Carter Williams covering. Ibaka outside. Hits it from three-point range. Ibaka's got his first 3 points of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Carter Williams kicks to Fournier. To the paint. Back to Vucevic. Off target from outside. Toronto leading by 11. A wide open look here for Ibaka. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Ibaka's got 5 points so far. Orlando's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Carter Williams with the bounce pass. Passes to Gordon. And Ibaka kicks to Van Vliet. Can't hit from the elbow.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time. Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
And the Raptors call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
The Magic making a switch here. Raptors leading by 11.
You think about the Orlando Magic and how difficult things were from a rebounding perspective last year. Dead last in defensive rebounding percentage. Listen, if you can't close out possessions, you are digging your own grave in the NBA.
Now here's Ross. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The 11-footer got a piece of it. Here's Van Vliet. Feeds to Leonard. Here's Siakam. Back to Van Vliet. Trying to get open as Ibaka. And again, no good by Toronto. Inside, here's Ross. And he drops it in from the low post. Ross has got it back down to single digits for the Magic. And Doris, when you look at the Magic roster, you think they'd be better at rebounding.
Well, I think, Kevin, a lot of people assume when you have big bodies that rebounding necessarily follows. The reality is there's an art to rebounding the basketball. And there were struggles across the board for this team. Let's make no mistake. Whether it was offensively, whether it was the rebounding that you made note of, there are a lot of areas that this team and organization needs to address.
Here's Carter Williams after Toronto got the three-pointer. Powell inside. He's guarded by Ross. Siakam, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Vucevic gets double-teamed. Fires from the line. Good as the jump shot falls. Vucevic has got 8.
Well, he continues to be a dangerous scorer for them, but he can't do it all by himself. Someone else has got to help them climb out of this hole.
Here's Van Vliet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Leonard. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ross passes to Iwundu. Great D that time from Leonard.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Here's Powell. Vucevic with the block.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Ross. He's guarded closely. 6 to shoot. Iwundu passes to Birch. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Now Leonard. With 1 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Marc Gasol, so appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of Spanish-speaking fans excited about his success.
It's just fun. You see more fans on the stands that speak Spanish, even they're from Spain or Argentina, Mexico, whatever they're from. They support the Spanish-speaking people, and they love the game also.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Raptors so far.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the Magic, they've got Vucevic. Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Birch in at the power forward. Out of offenses, Doris, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick-and-roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in a pick-and-roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick-and-roll, but those three are at the top of my list.
Now here's Carter-Williams after the miss from Serge Ibaka. Now here's Ross, guarded by Powell. Shot from free throw range. Another miss by Vucevic.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Now, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Now here's Leonard. 11 points in the game. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's a one-do. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Birch. Good on the three-point shot.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. And the pass to Van Vliet. Here's Siakam. Carter-Williams covering. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. And it's off the back rim. No good.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Ibaka. And it's 13 points for Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Isaac's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Michael Carter-Williams. Raptors also changing it up. Marcus All's checked in for Siakam. Green comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. The wide open look here for Vucevic. Gasol with the rebound. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Don't let the frame fool you. Jonathan Isaac is lean, but he is unafraid of contact. I love that play.
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
And he makes the first.
You know, early on, Jonathan Isaac has drawn some comparisons to Kevin Durant. This is a long, athletic, multi-talented forward. He's got tremendous potential.
And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Both good from the line that time. One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. Boy, the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
No problems knocking that one down. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys?
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. Fournier is checked in for Orlando. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
As an NBA player, I think you have to be willing to embrace contact, and Evan Fournier does it right there.
And when you look at Evan Fournier, he's just a reliable source for points whenever he's on the floor.
Yeah, and Fournier is a bit of a quiet scorer. I mean, always ends up with a lot of points, but doesn't tend to wow you with any individual plays. Terrific shooter who just makes the most of his touches and his minutes whenever he's on the floor.
No good on the free throw.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And Doris, last year, another season where Evan Fournier continued to improve his scoring.
Well, it's really been amazing to watch this guy refine his game over the last several years. Very judicious with the shots he takes. Not going to wow you too often, but a very consistent contributor.
Here is Augustine. The Raptors getting the bucket. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Over in the corner, Green. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
Magic have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Augustine passes to Birch. Green against Fournier. 5 on the clock. Here's Augustine. The Magic again can't hit.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, superb awareness, Greg, right? Not allowing them to get comfortable running their offense, being super aggressive.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And straight isolation basketball, Doris, something we used to see a lot more of. But for a guy like James Harden or Steph Curry, that's still a very viable option.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you've got the likes of LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Chris Paul, guys who are able to create their own offense, to me, you want to take advantage of that skill set. It's about what your personnel strengths are. So can you surround a great creator with the shooters necessary? Because if you do, all of a sudden as a defense, there's a price to pay if you're going to help off. Right? Because somewhere, some way, the best offensive talent is going to showcase its skill.
Pass to Birch. Back to Isaac. Fournier against Green. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. 5 to shoot. Shot by Gordon, wide open. No good, unable to end this run. Tries from 16. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Lowry against Augustine. Puts it up from 17, and the basket is good.
Just so adept at sizing up the defense, guys. You cannot give Fournier any space.
Lowry against Augustine. Lowry feeling it out a bit. From downtown, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Lowry's got 8 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Augustine passes to Birch. The dish now to Fournier. The feed now to Gordon. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
Wow, how about the burst? Aaron Gordon off the floor so fast. Don't sleep on him, gentlemen. You're going to look silly.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Now here is Lowry. 8 points for him. Dishes it to Green. Outside Leonard. Shoots over Isaac. Offensive rebound. And Gasol slams it in.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Here's Birch. The open shot, Gordon, and it's Orlando with another.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Goes back up. Goes up again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Leonard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Right side, Fournier. Bucket is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. He kicks it to Gasol. Fades. Again, Toronto.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here is Augustine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. He had a nice open look right there.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Lowry against Augustine. And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Vucevic checked in for Kem Birch. Then for the Raptors, Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kawhi Leonard. And here is Gasol. He's got 7. Shot clock at 6. Lowry finds Gasol. He can't get it to go. Nice D from Fournier. Down low, Isaac. And he slams it one-handed.
Well, there's tremendous length with Jonathan Isaac. How about the ability to finish with authority? Go ahead, young sir.
Here's VanVleet. He's covered by Isaac. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And that's now 10 points for Marc Gasol.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Now here is Augustine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Guys, that's number 2 on him. And they do not need him to sit right away. But one more foul before the half, and he'll be headed to the bench.
Carter Williams, he's checked in for Augustine. And the Raptors also making a change. Powell, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Siakam kicks to Gasol. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. And this Toronto team has started to depend on threes more often for their offense.
You're right, Kevin. They went from being near the bottom of the league in threes attempted to top 5 in attempts this past year. And a lot of that is the green light to shoot from the wings that they have. It's another dynamic to an already potent scoring machine.
Now, here's Isaac. He's got 7. They grab their own miss. Here's Vucevic. They shoot again, and no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Fournier, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, there's an unpredictability about what Evan Fournier does that keeps defenders guessing. This guy is outstanding at using that to his advantage.
The Magic have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. And that one falls for Fournier.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
And so Fournier nails both of them. And the Magic last season, Doris, suffered on offense due to a lack of outside shooting.
And it wasn't the number of threes, Kevin. They took a good percentage of shots from 3. The bottom line was the percentage from those shots wasn't very good. Too many players putting up a handful of threes per game that just weren't consistent from that distance.
Here's Siakam, 11 points in the game. 14 feet away. Bank shot, no good.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
Yes, that goes in.
He's been a marksman this period. Their shot mechanics finally in sync.
Van Vliet looking around. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Van Vliet's got 5.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Here are the Magic now after the Raptors pick up 2. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. Ross is checked in for Orlando. Here's Carter Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. And Toronto has possession. Now here's Powell. Outside Gasol. Back to Powell. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Vucevic.
See, the athleticism of Norman Powell is a problem. This guy understands how to get defenders committed to him.
Toronto shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing that there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Carter Williams feeling it out a bit. Fade away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Vucevic has got 13 points.
Now, this guy is a crafty scorer. If Vucevic starts to cook, fellas, look out.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Toronto Raptors. For moments during that quarter, it felt like a one-man wrecking crew. It seemed he was doing everything out there. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, they went downtown and threw a party, and fortunately, we were all invited. The key is their shooters weren't afraid to pull the trigger on open looks, and it's a blowout right now.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Siakam in at the 4.
You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with.
And with Kawhi in this past summer, his health was such an unknown quantity during trade talks. Now that we know that Kawhi is a full go, it looks like a great deal for Toronto. Casts a bit of a shadow and doubt over Kawhi's last year in San Antonio, but it is what it is at this point.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time, and it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Here's Leonard, following the score by Aaron Gordon, and it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And that one's good, Leonard.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 10. All alone. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Passes it to Gasol. It's stolen by Vucevic. Shoots. That one a little long.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Now Augustine following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Fournier dishes to Augustine. Fournier trying to break loose. And it's Vucevic missing. Puts one up from 19. Orlando grabs the miss.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
Here's Gordon. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Gordon's got 13 points. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
Yeah, he is a bulldog. I mean, he scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
Here's Fournier after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. To the middle. Here's Vucevic, and he lays it straight in. 15 points in the game.
Well, such a polished scorer. Vucevic doesn't mind absorbing hits. He will power through it.
Lowry against Augustine. Lowry passes to Gasol. Green kicks to Siakam. 4 on the clock. This one for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Isaac's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Vucevic missing. Toronto leading by 22. Right side, Green, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Leonard. He's got 19. Inside, Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Pass to Gordon. The 3. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got his 7th assist in the game. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. The pass to Siakam. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
A wide open look for Gasol. Knocks down the 3 ball. Gasol's got 15 points.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Gordon. Magic moving the ball around. Count that one from Isaac.
Wow, how about the focus from the big man, Jonathan Isaac, comfortable in the paint.
Raptors leading by 22. Lowry with the ball. He's got 10. Here's Gasol. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Isaac misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And Leonard gets it to go.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Now here is Augustine. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's good, 2 points.
Physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Lowry against Augustine. High, arcing shot, and the layup good by Lowry. 12 points for him.
Well, Steve Clifford takes over here in Orlando, and of course he is known for his frankness and his disciplined approach to the game. You think about Clifford's teams, they rarely make unforced errors and are some of the best at minimizing their own mistakes.
Passes it to Leonard. Shoots over Isaac. Leonard, no luck. The Magic have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. And it's Gordon missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Green. 23 points for Leonard.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, he came into the league as an incredible athlete, but Aaron Gordon has put in the work to be a great offensive player, and right before our very eyes, it's happening.
Toronto calls timeout.
Boy, you think about the Orlando Magic last season and the strong start they got out to, and it sort of faded away very quickly afterward. They ended the year as one of the worst teams in the East.
And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. Norman Powell comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Green. And the Raptors with the ball. Lowry kicks to VanVleet. Now Powell. Clock at 6. Lets it go. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And for the Magic, part of their struggles, Doris, were injuries.
No doubt, Kevin. Pretty much every member of their rotation missed time at some point. How about this? No player started more than 57 games. You know, above all else, it's impossible to do well when you are constantly shuffling lineups due to injury.
The shot by Lowry, no good. Well, Orlando shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Orlando. Here is Ross. Carter Williams finds Gordon. Back to Carter Williams. Sweet little floater. Carter Williams has got his first points of the game.
Carter Williams looks like he's floating out there, but has that deceptive first step.
Here's Van Vliet, and it's blocked by Gordon. Here's a 1-2, guarded by Powell. Pass to Birch. Over Ibaka. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Birch has got 5. Toronto leading by 20. Outside Lowry. Ibaka outside. In the corner, Powell with it. Shot clock at 5. They could use a bucket, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Carter Williams, the pass to Gordon. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. It's deflected. Here's Siakam. 15 points in the game. Count that one from Van Vliet. He's got 7.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Now here's Carter Williams. And yes, it's good. Birch has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again. Ibaka, no luck. The Magic trail by 20. Gordon finds...
Oh! You got to be kidding. Well, the flashback to Ross's rookie year when he won the dunk contest. Give him a chance, and you're guaranteed to see something flashy.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay, presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 7. Lowry passes to Van Vliet. And here is Powell. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Siakam misses.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
Now here's Carter Williams. Outside Gordon. Unloads from 13. No good that time. And so it's Toronto with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's Gordon. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Gordon's got 11 in the second half. Here's Van Vliet. Carter Williams covering. Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Lowry can't get it to go.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Terrence Ross, Doris, one of the more athletic wingmen in the league.
Right, Kevin. This guy's got great reach and frame for the position he plays, and he's always been able to dazzle at times, but he can also disappear. So this guy has got to find that ability to get involved and stay active.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Ross.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. Van Vliet passes to Lowry. From outside the arc. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
There's the pass to Gordon. Back to Carter Williams. And Carter Williams slams it in.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Here's Van Vliet. And Lowry has it in the corner. Offensive rebound. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Fournier. Kicks it to Gordon. The baseline J. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Looking like a seasoned veteran. Aaron Gordon right now looking so assured under pressure.
Fournier against Lowry. Shoots over Fournier. Here's Ibaka. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Ross, that's good.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. They lead by 11. Toronto calls timeout. Well, you can't deny the amount of talent on this Raptors team, Doris. At times, they can simply overrun opponents.
You know what, Kevin? You do not end up in the top 5 for effective field goal percentage, both offensively and defensively, without talent. But obviously, when the Raptors get going and shots are falling, boy, they can compete with just about anyone.
And Orlando making a change here. Augustine's checked in. And then for Toronto, Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Green in for Kyle Lowry. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. During that last break, I heard what the Raptors coach told to his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
You know, you have to be an absolutely tireless worker to rack up 20-plus boards.
Gasol, that's a two-pointer. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Gasol's got 9 points here in the second half. The Magic trail by 13. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Ross, and it's sent back by Leonard.
and a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Toronto leading by 12. Pass to Siakam. And he banks in the layup. Siakam's got 7 now in this quarter. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Augustine passes to Gordon. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Lets a floater go. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 12. Now here's Fournier. Passes it to Augustine. He kicks to Vucevic. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Siakam. Pass to Van Vliet. The pass to Leonard. Shoots over Vucevic. And it's Leonard missing. The Magic have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Augustine, that's good.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Toronto leading by 9. Here's Van Vliet. On the wing, Green. Back to Van Vliet. From past the arc. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Fournier. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Toronto's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Left side, Leonard. Pass to Van Vliet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Raptors lead by 9.
He hits one in the first half, another here. Not prolific, but the defense has to keep an eye on him.
Passes it to Gordon. Launches a 3, and again, it's the Magic from deep.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Here's Van Vliet. Vucevic with the block. And they'll keep possession.
Yeah, easy call.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Magic. Trailing here by 8. And Vucevic kicks to Augustine. Pass to Gordon. Fournier against Green. To the left wing. Here's Vucevic. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
It's good.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Here's Augustine. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And they double up Gordon. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Magic with the ball. Toronto leading by 10. Here's Van Vliet. He feeds it to Gasol. Back to Van Vliet. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th assist in this one.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his 2nd from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
Augustine passes to Gordon. Feeds it to Vucevic. They need this. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you just have to love the skill Vucevic shows on the offensive end. I mean, he can erupt for big scoring nights if you don't keep him in check, and it gives you a little bit of everything from an offensive standpoint.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Guys, Vucevic doing more shooting from range the last couple of years, further improving his versatile offensive game.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he got his points by going to work on the block. Still can do that, but now prefers to float outside and stretch the defense. Very soft touch on that jump shot, no matter if it comes from inside or out.
He hits the 2nd from the line.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And it's Leonard missing. The Magic trail by 12. Gordon, the pass to Augustine, and it's blocked, but they recover it. Fournier gets a wide open look, trains the three-pointer.
Well, you love the leap that Fournier has taken in this area. This guy a very dangerous shooter.
Toronto's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Left side Gasol. Shoots over Vucevic. It's Gasol missing.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
Now here is Augustine. Fournier in the corner. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So accurate. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him to stay. Probably the most drama for a team known for not having any drama.
And he's good on the first of 3. And the second free throw, good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And he nails the third. So it's Orlando now, a 12-point game. Fournier against Green. Fournier finds Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Nikola Vucevic skilled at rolling hard to the rim after setting the screen. That is a smart play.
Outside Leonard. Shoots, and the jumper falls for him. Leonard's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Well, what a terrific option he is for them. Really puts a ton of stress on an opponent.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight, an outstanding performance. And Augustin kicks to Vucevic. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Leonard, goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Leonard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Gasol. Misses off the right iron. The Magic trail by 14. To the middle. It's deflected. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Ross is checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Here's Vucevic. That one wide left.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Raptors.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
Roof shots.
And the first one drops. Nikola Vucevic has done a great job of improving, Doris, his playmaking ability as a center.
And it's the way the league is moving. More and more centers are acting like playmakers. Vucevic, one of them. This guy has upped his assist average in each of the last 5 years. Incredible.
And he can't hit the second.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Leonard kicks to Siakam. Van Vliet passes to Gasol. Shoots over Vucevic. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his third foul of the game. .52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Augustine dishes to Vucevic over Gasol. That shot missing. And Toronto will come the other way. Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Orlando with the rebound. 3-on-3. And it's Vucevic missing.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Here's Van Vliet. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.